I'm just coming from a walk, and I'm looking around at the kids. It's summer, starting up. Spring break is in full effect. The weekend is here. And I'm just wondering when society, as a mass anyways, started finding it socially acceptable to allow your 2 and 3-year-old children to free roam wherever they want. I grew up in a small community, very small, maybe 300 people, and everybody knew everybody and everybody looked out for everybody. But being that my town is facing a heroin epidemic, and being the fact that we just don't live in the best neighborhood either, it's that anything can show up in your yard. The cars are constantly flying down the road, which is another story for another time, and I'm watching for you, trust me. And I'm seeing people let their tiny little kids, and I mean even upwards of ages of 5 and 6, that's, to me, is still unacceptable to, not peek your head out every 5 or 10 minutes to see what's going on. Well, at least that wasn't some Final Fantasy stuff, or Final Destination, excuse me. And I'm just having this really hard time understanding why people are openly allowing their kids to do as they please throughout the neighborhoods. This is not the time. Your kids don't know the difference between a heroin needle, and they don't know the difference between quite a bit of things. Most importantly, a 2-year-old, maybe 3, doesn't understand how dangerous it is to go pop open the gate and to take a run for it. And I feel like, I don't personally want to call anybody out, but like, how long do I stand by as a parent who is always, and I'm always watching to make sure my kids aren't doing what I say not to do, let alone to make sure they're not doing the stuff that I haven't covered, because it's just common sense. But little tiny kids, they don't understand that, and I feel it is your job as a parent to pull the, carry the slack, I guess you could say, for that little kid. If your kid is out running in the yard, 2, 3 years old, doesn't understand what a heroin epidemic is, doesn't understand that your neighborhood is right in the center of it all, it doesn't understand that you should comb through the yard to make sure there's no needles, and running barefoot outside, and which is great. Let's take our shoes off, run through the grass, but let's make sure there's no needles in the freaking yard first. And I'm just growing more and more tired of watching it, and it's not just 1 or 2 people, it's a lot of people. And maybe I'm just an overly protective parent, or maybe I'm just a good parent, which I'm not claiming to be by any means. I've got a lot of my own issues that I have to work on, but one of those issues that I have guaranteed covered is surveillance. My kids are made sure, I'm guaranteeing you that I don't know anything that goes on without me knowing while it's happening. And I'm just curious as to when society as a whole found it acceptable for your children to run around unsupervised. This free range stuff, that's great. Let your kids grow up enough to know what, and teach them right and wrong before you decide to let them free roam. Because no, it's not okay to say, hey, my kid will learn if he, gets pricked by something stupid. My kid will learn if, they run out and get hit by a car. Like that type of stuff is just ignorant. And I guarantee you'd be saying something totally different when it happens. But I'm just, the whole thing just bothers me, and it's been eating at me. Thanks for anybody who listens. Prepare to subscribe down below if you want to hear some more of this. But I'm really, really fed up with what I'm seeing in means of these parents in today's age. And maybe it's just the generation behind mine shouldn't have kids or whatever. And that's not even necessarily true, because I see a lot of people my age and younger that take care of their kids. But, just when they go outside, keep a freaking eye on your kids, man. They're going to get hurt. And then you're going to be the one who has to pay for it.